Now, you might think crypto is dead, but explain this. A token that nearly bricked Solana, got shut down, rebuilt in secret, and now prints revenue like a casino in Macau. Today, we're going to be discussing OR V2, the new mining meta on Solana, how it works, who's getting paid, and whether you should mine, lock, and stake the tokens, or just sit this one out. Here's the pitch in one breath. OR launched as a proof of work, a POW coin on Solana that anybody could mine from a laptop or a phone. It sort of blew up. The network paused, came back with V2. We're going to take a look at today and 20x the protocol revenue. We'll break down the mechanics, some of the strategies, the incentives, the Mother-Lode lottery, which is really what everyone's kind of gunning for in these, the fees, the buyback, the burn, and what you can actually do to give yourself an edge. I've coded sort of an add-on to a pretty popular script that's already been released that'll show you the positive EV blocks to choose. Let's just dive right into it. I'm going to show you what OR actually looks like. This is the site, but let's take a step back and talk about what OR actually is. So they launched in April 2024 as a pure proof of work token on Solana. There was no ASICs, no gatekeeping. It's kind of a Bitcoin for everyone pitch, except on Solana rails. The anonymous dev Hard Hat Chad, which you can find him on X here, kind of leads the protocol. The hype went nuclear, price wicked to sort of ridiculous levels, and the network choked. Mining was paused 2 weeks later. That's V1 in a nutshell. There's an important caveat here, though. It proved that it mattered, and it proved demand. It also proved that the V1 mining game could be gamed. There was spam, congestion, and a bunch of tiers. They went back to the lab sort of quietly, and you can see that in the price. This was sort of the original V1 launch. Actually, let me zoom out. It was probably back here, and you can see it just went into no man's land. The price was down to $8 to $10, and then they released V2, and that's what we're looking at here. It hit a peak of almost $600 for OR. Now it's obviously retraced, but it's hopefully and seemingly seems to be finding a base, and we'll see where price kind of levels out. I would assume it would level out back in this sort of original zone from $70 to $100, but that'll remain to be seen. Let's talk about what changed. The protocol itself takes 10% of all the SOL as rewards. So there's a refining fee of 10% is applied to all OR mining rewards when claimed, and these are automatically redistributed to other miners proportion to their unclaimed rewards. I'll get into all of that in a second, but let's talk about what you're probably here for, which is the mining itself and kind of how this loop or the game loop for mining here works. This is a 5x5 grid, right? There's 25 squares, 25 blocks. And what you can do, just so I can show you while I'm kind of talking about this, is choose your amount of Solana. You can choose what blocks, how many blocks you want the auto miner to pick. So there's two ways to do this. There's manual, which is you choose the blocks, and it's kind of like a lottery. You can see this block was picked, block number 3, and kind of the rewards and the payouts here. But let's just assume we want to do auto. Instead of doing all 25 blocks, I want to do 23, so leave a couple out. This will be selected at random, and let's say I want to do this for 15 rounds. So we're going to deploy 0.345 SOL. I will hit confirm, and we'll start quote unquote mining. So let's talk a little bit about the game loop as we'll start actually choosing blocks, I think, with the auto miner for the next round. But think of V2 for OR as sort of a timed raffle with math behind it. So a round happens every minute. You can see that we're counting down. There's 15 seconds left in round 51,030. You choose 1 to 25 blocks to quote unquote cover. You can spread wide to smooth out your wins or bet big on a few blocks for lottery odds. You can see now mine have deployed. So 0.001 has been selected with 2 random blocks not chosen, because that's how I've done the auto mining, random times 23 blocks. And the winnings are split for most rounds. About 1 in 3 rounds, one miner takes the entire OR for that round like a jackpot. So you can kind of see it here. Half the time, the winning miner will be selected by weighted random chance to receive the entire +1 OR reward. So if that doesn't happen, that one OR gets sort of split between the entire mining pool and depending on how much you put in. Now, the Mother-Lode, which makes this the most interesting, I think, and what a lot of people are doing, this is kind of like a jackpot. So every round 0.2 OR is added to the Mother-Lode, and this has a 1 in 625 chance to actually trigger. When it hits, everyone who was mining during that winning block shares it by the weight of coins that they put in. So currently, this is actually the highest I've seen it, 161 OR for the Mother-Lode. That's a lot. If this hits 1 in 625, everyone who's currently mining gets a chunk of that payout. Now, there is a penalty. If you claim the OR, that's when you're paying that 10% haircut that's redistributed to people who don't claim yet, rewarding patience and sort of reducing immediate sell pressure. You can see this round, someone won the 1 OR outright right there. You can see it right here. So that OR was not split amongst the pool. It was just this single miner that won the 1 OR at random. Now, there is actually staking for this as well, so we could take a look at that really quick, but you can stake your OR and make an APR of 25% nearly, which is really good if you believe in the project, right? You can just outright buy OR, the token itself, and then just stake it for 25%. If you're bullish on the price and think it's going to go up, it's a win-win. Now, the reality check for this is that with the 10% claim fee, which you'll see once I actually get some OR here, and the 1% administration fee, casual miners are going to be losing. It's a negative EV bet in terms of expectancy unless you catch the 1 full OR and get lucky, or you win sort of the Mother-Lode distribution, meaning you're mining when the Mother-Lode actually gets paid out. And that's by design. The protocol wants revenue to buy/burn. Again, another person here just hit the +1 OR, so it didn't get redistributed. I think that's 3 in a row now, which is very strange. So we'll see what happens here. The way to look at this is kind of like a casino that the house sort of also plays in, and the house buys its own chips and kind of torches them, which is savage. The devs are active, which I really like to see. You can see that on the left side here, there's a sort of chat panel, and you can set up kind of your profile here on the right. And the devs are usually in here throughout the day, kind of chatting with the people mining. And you want to see that sort of activity in a project like this. Now, let me talk about some of the strategies here, because again, if you're loading this site up yourself, you're not going to see these sort of green, yellow, and pink boxes or orange. And that's because I've extended something someone else built. So there's a few things that you can look at. And I'll start with some of the kind of tracker websites. So there's the OR mining tracker, which I'll link in the description. But this will kind of give you an overview of each round and how people are actually vaulting their tokens and whatever. This is basically a data analytics tool. There's also gmore.fun, which shows you kind of the Mother-Lode, the amount deployed, how many unique miners there are, and sort of what they're picking and what the average blocks are, which is generally good if you want to think about sort of a strategy. They have their own OR mining strategies section here with a bunch of different ways to approach it. But I think the most interesting one that I found that I really liked and spent some time extending was by Scotch Pilgrim here. So he built an extension that automatically calculates plus EV plays real time. And the way it does this is it just looks at who's betting on what blocks, and the blocks that are bet the least, meaning they have the least amount of SOL kind of staked in them for that round, those are the highest EV plays. Because if you add on to that box and it gets hit, there's less to distribute amongst other people, meaning you have a sort of positive EV edge. Now, the issue that I saw with this is because this has become so popular, you can see there's 100 bookmarks, 100 something likes, and almost 50,000 views. When I tried this out yesterday before before recording this video, I noticed that a lot of people are using this. And so towards the end of a round with about 5 seconds left, they'll pile into that plus EV block, and it'll actually end up being negative EV because of all the people piling into that block at the last minute. So I decided to sort of modify the script a little bit, and you can see that that green block that was originally the highest EV up here, which is block number 1, ended up being not plus EV. It ended up being these other 3 blocks here. So the way that I've done this is I've just modified the code a little bit, and I'll show you here, not that it really matters what the code looks like, but the result of this is that instead of just being displayed the highest EV box, it'll display you the top 3. So instead of potentially just going for EV number 1, you might want to stack your Solana in EV 2 and 3, assuming that EV 1 gets piled into at the end of a round. And you can extend this to go even further, right? You can do the top 5 EV blocks, the top 10, and sort of scatter it around all of those squares. It really depends on sort of what your strategy is. Another strategy is just to wait until the Mother-Lode gets high, so over 100 or over 150 in this case. Just set up auto mining and pick 25 or 24 or 23 blocks, meaning it's going to randomly select either all of them or randomly select 23. I think 23 to 22, I've read some posts that that's kind of a sweet spot, given that the chance of it not being in one of those is obviously fairly low. So you can kind of run that over a long period of time. You should have a slight edge. I don't know if that actually works in practice. To my statistics brain, it doesn't make sense, but regardless, people have done some studies around it. Being part of the mining pool once the Mother-Lode gets hit obviously gives you a huge jump in terms of your equity for mining. So sometimes people will just wait until the Mother-Lode gets really large and then start mining, then start participating. And I think there's actually, there's a way here to see the Mother-Lode over time. So you can click on this in the OR mining tracker and you can see when it gets, especially, I've never actually seen it, so I totally missed this, but it got up to almost 350. It did get up to 350 at one point. So anything over like 250, 300 would be an amazing time to actually just throw on the auto miner in terms of automatic, and you're hoping for that 1 in 625 payout, because that'll generally give you an insane boost in terms of your actual equity for this. Now, none of this really matters if the price of ore is going down, right? Because then you're just burning SOL to get ore, which is declining in price. And I think an important thing to do is, if you're interested in this project and like it and want to start mining, you really have to keep an eye on the SOL to ore ratio. And this is the ratio as it currently stands. So you can see this is Solana divided by ore, and you would not want to be mining ore in this area, right? Because Solana is outperforming, you are losing ore value against SOL. So why would you want to use SOL to sort of mine ore in return? As you can see where we are right now, we are in a uptrend. Now this is on the daily. Obviously you can kind of zoom in to the 1 hour and sort of take a look, but you would want to see this trend sort of continue in the upwards direction in order for it to be better value in terms of sort of exchanging SOL or mining or through staking SOL on their platform. With all of that out of the way, I do think it's a super interesting project. I will link my modified script in the description so you can use it yourself, or feel free to fork it and expand it. I think there's 3 main ways to sort of approach this, which is, the kind of miner degen path, which is covering most or all blocks when the Mother-Lode is high and riding that kind of cycle. Delay the claiming so that you can dodge the 10% haircut until it's actually worth it. You can bank only SOL so that you can keep mining, and that way you won't get hit by any of the burns. Then you can just honestly buy the OR token and stake it for the 25% APY and just hope that the price goes up. Or you can do something completely degenerate, which is actually just pick up blocks here and gamble and just try to hit these things directly. I like what they've done. V2 for OR is kind of like elegant chaos in a way. The miners fund buybacks that torch the supply. There's a jackpot mechanic that pulls in the fresh players into the space, and Solana basically gets a sticky, gamified SOV type of experiment. It could be genius. I mean, the UI is super sleek, or it could just be an expensive hobby, depending on kind of where price goes. This needs to keep that fresh narrative. They need to keep adding to it somehow to keep people entertained and piling in to this. Hopefully this gave you a sort of different way to look at ore mining and maybe some alternative ways to go about maximizing your EV for this. But regardless, I think it's a super interesting project, so I'm going to be keeping an eye on it. If you made it with me this far, first of all, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm not even going to ask you for it. If you did like the video, you know what to do. It helped my super tiny channel. And as always, I'll see you next time for the next breakdown. Cheers.